So I really hope this video helps someone. If you feel, you're getting a little discouraged, maybe you feel a bit overwhelmed, you've watched a lot of videos, perhaps you've tried, but you just don't feel up to it, right? You see all these slick videos. By the way, I'm not doing slick videos, okay? I get that, all right? I'm trying to find the front of the house. Where's the front of the That is not the front of the house. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. How do I get in there? I want to get in there to the front of the house. Let me get in. There we go. All right. Uh, you hear so much about how you have to prompt AI just the right way to get what you want, or when you're talking about making beautiful professional renderings for images for 3D games, you got to have the magic words, right? And then your games will turn into something amazing. So I'm here to tell you, I don't think it's that difficult, honestly. I really think it's what I've been saying for quite some videos. It's just a matter of not giving up and trying different things. Now, full disclosure, while I have many years as a software engineer, I was never a gamer. And the videos you've seen on this channel are all just me experimenting, right? I did not even know about the JavaScript library called Three.Js. Okay, and you're like, yeah, I know you're guru, you are late to the party. Yes, I am. I don't care. I don't care to admit it. I wanted to see what could be done with just the simplest things, which would be a canvas in a browser. Now, you've seen the videos on my channel, the 3D maze that I call Ancient Halls, and you've seen the more recent videos of the new project I call Countryside. And all that has been done with just canvas on a browser and using AI, right? Now, literally 2 days ago, I came across Three.Js. And so I thought, why not? This image you see right here is where it all started. So I'll tell you how I got this image. I made the mistake. I was doing something with Google Gemini, and I was describing what I wanted. I said I want a treasure chest and coins on a table and a money bag and basket of yarn, rolls of yarn, and so forth and so on, right? But what I forgot was I should have said I want this in an HTML file, that will generate JavaScript code that will generate this. And so instead, I just got an image. An image is not the same thing. It's just a bunch of pixels. That's all that is. So I tried again. I clarified with Gemini that no, what I needed was a file, HTML and JavaScript code, right? And this is what I got. Very disappointing. And that is when Gemini suggested I use Three.js. And I said, okay, show me. So it showed me this, which is impressive, okay? But I was pretty skeptical, and I would say for two reasons. And I was willing to admit, hey, maybe I'm wrong, but this is my initial starting point, right? Number one is I'm too far along on both of my games that use just canvas in a browser, right? And to start over again, I was like, no, I spent too much time on this. I don't want to start over. Even though, yeah, this looks way better than what I've been doing. And then number two, I thought Three.js would just make things slower, because to me, it's one thing to do this, and it's another thing to have to keep track of humongous 3D universe that stretches out for quite a bit. Because actually, the Countryside game is even a bigger universe than the Hall game is, and you have to show it all at once. Whereas the Hall game, you only have to show the hall that you're in. So first thing this morning, I asked Claude Code to review my entire projects, and I asked two questions. I said, can I mix the two techniques? Is it possible to retain everything I've done with the existing projects, the old way of creating objects, but then over time, as I want a new object created, can I throw that in using the new way, Three.js? Can both things coexist in the same web page at the very same time and be part of the very same scene or universe? And also, are the games going to run slower? And it was very confident that both were very doable. Remember, I started this video off by saying that one hears so much that you have to know how to speak AI, right? You got to know exactly how to say things. And you've got to know those magic words for Three.js to really give you good, slick images, right? And so this chest, which I know doesn't look like much, and it's no better than my current images. For example, this lantern and this table and this house that we're in, those are all done the normal way I've been doing it the entire time with my projects, right? But this chest, no. This chest is actually sitting here as a result of Three.js library. They're both techniques are coexisting at the very same time in the very, by the way, that's a bug, in the very same universe, uh, okay, in the same game, even though it's two different, vastly different techniques. So first I worked with Claude Code to get the chest generated. And then I said, okay, now add it to my game. So it went and gave me another part, another panel here of the palette. And where is it? Right here, chest. So I can come here and add a chest. Let's go there. Where's the, there it is. Let me get rid of this. Oh wait, no, because I want to edit the chest. You'll see here. Oops. Yeah, you'll see here in a second. I should be able to. That's as far as I can zoom in? I guess so. So I don't think I can resize. I can move it around, but I can't, and I can rotate it if I can get a little dot. Is that as far as I go? I guess it is. If I can grab a little dot, there it is. Okay, so I can rotate it. Now, depending on the lighting, it does actually show the metallic gleam, but you have to have the lighting. The lighting just, there you go. See a little bit there. So I kept trying. I said, turn that other thing, the night scene, turn it into day scene. But look, it's worse. Look at this. This, I can't try. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I said, work on the coins. Look at that. Work on the coins. But the coins are all stuck. Yeah, they're shiny. They're all stuck in the table. So then I had this bright idea. I decided, this is the original image, by the way. I don't think anything happens. Open image in new tab. Yeah, I took that image, copied it, and pasted it back to, oh my gosh, back to Gemini. And I said, give me that rendered using Three.Js. So here's what we got. And I thought, okay, you know what? Let's just work with it. Okay, the coins are shiny. And I said, let's just work with this. And I started talking to Gemini in just plain English, saying what was wrong and what I wanted. I didn't have any magic words, okay? So I got this. The coins are better. Now we're back to shiny coins. The chest, while looks like a lunchbox, at least the brass does look like brass. And then it made a much better attempt at the coins. So now they look like gold coins, or gold discs anyway. So then I thought, you know what, this is okay for now. Let me come over here because I do want to use this in the game. This is supposed to be rolls of yarn. So I said, take this file as the starter. I said, the yarn, whether the ones on the table or the ones in the basket, are supposed to be rolls of yarn, but they look like foam balls. The size is okay, although yarn rolls are probably just a tad bigger. I mean, there's no magic words here. It's just me describing something, right? 2, can you concentrate on making the woven basket? So here's the problem. Notice that the woven basket is solid, and these foam balls are embedded in the basket. So I said, concentrate on making the woven basket empty first, and then throw some rolls into it. I go, we don't need the coins, the chest, the other thing that looks like a vase, just the basket and the yarn rolls alone and in the basket. So look, we have an empty basket, just like I requested. And we have what is now starting to look, I mean, it's better than foam balls, right? So here's what I said. I said, okay, we're getting close. Nice. Those same rolls of yarn, the texture is perfect. Actually, it's not, but I didn't want to get Gemini upset. Don't change that. The only issue, they are like oval, circular instead of rolls. So again, no magic words here. So think of more of a cylinder of yarn, thick, wide, and it would have an opening in the center because rolls of yarn begin as just a cardboard cylinder that then machines wrap lots of yarn onto. This is just me talking in English. And sure enough, it agrees with me. So let's copy this code here. Did I copy it? Looks like I copied it. Let's paste it. Let's save it. Let's refresh the page. And look, much, much better. Okay. So then I went on Google Images and I just copied and pasted that. And I said, give me that. So let's copy it, let's paste it, and we save, and we refresh the page. Not bad, right? Shiny brass. Got a key there embedded in the table. It does have a lock though. This is actually better. So I'm going to try to see if I can swap my chest for something like this. But I was impressed with this one. I just took this right off of Google Images. Check this out. Okay, I figured it's not even going to get close, right? But I go, give me these etching tools. So let's take that code. We're going to copy it. Did we copy it? Yep, copy. Paste it, save it, refresh the page. Look at that. That is almost exactly the image. I did nothing special, no keywords, nothing. I said, look, here's an image. They're etching tools. They're wood and steel is all I said. And I'm going to end with this. I want to have some chalk stone lying around in the game, and I'm not going to say why. And so I got this off of Google Images. There's a piece of natural chalk stone, okay? So I let's go to Google, and I gave them the image. I told it what it was. It tried. We're going to come here and save it and refresh the page. So I said that the actual texture is okay, but I said it's too spiky. That is exactly what I said. It's too spiky. So that's what we just tried. And then down here, I said it's too spiky, and I wanted more like a block. So here's the latest one, and we're gonna save it. And nope, not it. Where is it? There. Nope. Where is it? This one? Yeah, this one. Refresh. Better. We're getting there. And so that's what I told Gemini. I said, we're getting there. So let's I said, make it less. I go, it's not as spiky as it was. I go, we're heading in the right direction. So let's try this one. Did I copy it? Yep, copied. And we save it. And we refresh. Much better. Now, to the point where now I don't like that texture. But you know what? At least compared to, where's my original? That compared to this one. Okay. Getting there, right? So anyway, the point of this video is that just keep trying. You don't have to know any magic words. Just keep trying. That's it.